cut immediately. It was done.
Like,
that was
dog. It's like he's sleeping with me to make sure you kind of. That reminds you of Future's line, dog. That's like, wait, your baby mama hit me up with the red dude, dog. The boyfriends. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Boyfriends episode 5. We are here. You know how it is, the Boyfriends. We give you guys relationship advice, the do's, the don'ts, the experiences, the things that we have been through, and the things that we share with women and just general boyfriend stuff. You know how it is. And today, who's gonna ask the first question?
I can take it.
You want to take it?
Yeah. Do you guys feel like a woman's ego can be detrimental to a relationship?
How so?
I feel like anyone's ego can be
You
detrimental.
think?
But actually elaborate even more.
Let's say a woman has put herself on such a level that she feels like she is the ultimate.
She's the goal.
She is the final form.
She's the prize.
Yeah. She's the prize. You know what I mean?
Okay, from my experiences, actually, I just need one experience. Yes, actually, it can be very detrimental to the relationship. Because I remember in one of the relationships I was in, the hun started off like very humble, let's say. She started off humble, very nice, very easygoing. And as I kept putting her on a pedestal, really making her feel like she was the prize,
She started believing.
I think it went here. It just kept going here. And then now, like, literally the way she treat me, the way she she wouldn't treat me grand. I feel like she thought that I needed this relationship just because of the way how well I was treating her, you know. So then now me putting her on that pedestal, it legit, I don't know, she just became, I guess, egotistical to think that I need this relationship.
Yeah. She thinks she has you here.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't have me there. I'm just being a good boyfriend because I feel like that's the right thing to do.
I'm fulfilling my duty.
My duty as a man.
Yeah.
So then now, 100%. It doesn't even get deeper than that. It can ruin a relationship, man. Like if you have an ego, because it's like if you're not loving me, you're not loving my value. You think that you're above me, which makes no sense because we're a couple. You know, I thought we were a unit.
Yeah.
But then now, if you think that you're, I don't know, somewhat better than me, because I feel like
that's where it becomes problematic.
Yep, that's it.
That's where it becomes problematic.
And it doesn't make sense to think that you're better than your partner. I don't get it.
You see, my stance on this is that a woman's ego is more detrimental than a man's ego in a relationship.
How so?
As men, we are meant to be. It comes naturally, you know what I mean? From the confidence and, you know, all of that. It molds into arrogance in certain areas, etc., etc., etc. Because that's who we are as, like, men.
I can hear you in terms of, like, a lot of women don't like weak men, you know?
Yeah.
Like, from my experience, like some women just really love confidence.
Yeah,
man. Like,
you don't want someone buck.
So the ego kind of gets. I hear
Exactly.
you. Okay.
So now, when you want to challenge me with your ego, instead of feeding into my ego as my woman, you know, that's where it becomes problematic because that is your role to make sure that I'm always the best me.
Okay. Wait.
You know what I mean?
Is that like you're choosing violence yet again? Is it the way he says it? I need you to.
I'm not even going to say anything. I just want him to finish. I want the full scope.
Okay, I'm also hearing this full scope because, so I won't lie, I like a confident woman too, right?
Yeah.
I don't like a pop woman. I don't like a woman who needs like me to validate her on this, on that. She needs to know that she has it down. She's a hot. She bangs, bro.
Yeah,
But now, like that's what I'm saying. I can feed your ego too, right? I feel like it can be a two-way street.
Okay.
But then, because from what I'm hearing is that she must feed me. And then, hey, you're gonna be grand. Like,
Yeah, you're my woman. I mean, what else do you still want to do besides, you know, make sure that I'm okay?
What about her, bro?
She will get what she gets, you know?
From where?
From me. No, still.
How's she gonna get it from you if it's all about you, dog?
No, but then the bulk of it needs to come to me.
Okay.
You know, the bulk of it. Not saying that I'll be a bad boyfriend to you, or I won't give you whatever you need to, you know, function on a day-to-day basis from your emotions, from your ego, from your confidence, you know, and all of those things. But at the end of the day, you need to ensure that I'm always the best me, so I can always complete what I need for the bigger picture, which is us. That's just where I stand. Okay, where you at?
Nah, no.
Fair.
Just to go off of what Jay is saying, where I stand, I'm a very 50-50 person. A lot of times, like like T is saying, a lot of times women do want a strong guy, right? There is that kind of expectation. The ego does come from there. Even the way we grow up, I keep mentioning that's a major factor. The way we grow up, it kind of makes your ego go up. Even in terms of relationships, you're the one who initiates, will you go out with me? You're the one that does that kind of thing. But in terms of in the relationship, you can't have an ego inside the relationship. In terms of answering the question, the initial question about does a woman's ego, is it detrimental to the relationship? I am also on the fence in terms of saying it's anybody's ego. As soon as you think that you're better than your partner, you kind of step away from the 50-50 thing. Because to you, your mind says this 50-50 is I've already done 25% of my 50 being in this relationship with you. You know, you don't deserve me, you know? So don't expect me to put in the same amount of effort when you don't even belong with me. So that mindset, regardless if you're a man or a woman, is going to be detrimental to the relationship if you're with somebody who demands 50% back.
This is why I always say try date someone who already feels like is on the same level as you, so it's not like you feel like you're above someone.
Like
because
power struggle.
Yeah, because it can happen where you felt like you were on the same level as someone, but then now when you actually start dating, they think that okay, I'm actually doing you a favor by being in a relationship. Then the egos start to come, and then that's where you already know the battles that come with that. You know, oh, I'm not good enough, or this, or that, and then it's just friction.
Okay.
So,
but I think my point is the submissiveness at the end of the day.
And submissiveness in terms of the woman.
In your ego, yeah.
The woman must submit to your ego.
To me, you know, so her ego must also, you know, feed into that and not go beyond mine.
I feel like this is it depends on you, bro. At the end of the day, and your woman, dog.
I feel like I said, in terms of that, unless you're with someone who wants that type of energy from you, where like, no, I need him to have that ego, then it's fine.
True.
But if you're with someone that demands 50% back, like myself, I can't be in some. Listen, we're put on this earth the exact same way, right? It's not like when you came through doggy style, I came through another. You know what I'm saying? We put here on the exact same way. We are given the same tools. What makes you think that your ego, or you know what I mean? We're gonna put in the same amount of work. I put a lot of work to be where I'm at, and you put in however much work you put in to be where you're at. If we're coming in this thing together, I want a teammate. Nobody wants a teammate that expects the other teammate to do most of the work in terms of effort into it. If you come through with an ego, I don't know if I'm coming across as a bad guy. Like, even I don't care if it's a good guy, bad guy thing. You're gonna put in work.
Yeah.
You're gonna put in work. I'm sorry. There's no chance.
From what I can see, it's up to you. It's up to like the woman that you do get also, like, because now I'm thinking about like women who do like guys with egos. I guess that they exist, right?
No, they do.
So then like
it's your traditional mindset of he's the man, she's the woman.
Yeah.
Now coming with the man thing, it's like, since I'm the man, I must be the man.
Exactly.
You know, I handle things. Therefore, people come to develop that type of ego because this is how society grew you up. You grew up like this, thinking that this is the title that you hold,
then it makes
right?
sense.
And if a woman grew up in that same thing, thinking that the man holds this title, then she will feed into it, thinking, nah, he needs it because he's the man.
If she wants to get cuffed.
Where I grew up, or rather, no, we all grew up in the same place. But like for me, like you need to come through, dog. Like I'm sorry, I'm gonna handle my man responsibilities if I have to. You gonna handle your ones that I can't handle. But like the crux of it is that we are going to put in the same amount of work. Regardless, even with what you said, like in terms of me, it's I'm gonna invest in someone not because how much I like you. I'm gonna invest in you in terms of how much you invest in me.
Yeah.
So like, how am I gonna keep grinding
Just
for
because
you?
of
like
100%, dog.
I see that perspective.
But I like, this question really made me think, like, not to think in my circumstance, but it's actually about the guy.
Preferences.
Like, it's about preferences at the end of the day. Can't be about, no, a woman must, a man must, an ego must. It's about how can that ego affect your relationship, your mentality, your setting, because not everyone has the same mentality. So it make more sense to be with someone who has the same sort of mentality as you to begin with. That's not
gonna
like, if you're a timid person and you need a man with ego to handle everything, JB's your man. But if you want a 50-50, me and this nigga, then you stick to it. It makes more sense like that. But I'm glad, like, because it made me actually.
You
think.
also had to graduate from high school. You know what I mean? I didn't go to a different like academy that taught them. Now I know how to fly. You know, I can grow wings and stuff like that. No, we're on the same plane.
My boy.
We're on the same plane. I can't.
What's worse is like to even take it to the top is where families and parents can be like, "Where's he from? Where's this? Where's?" And then it's like
exactly
you
what
have
I
to,
mean.
Yeah,
in terms of tradition, that whole mindset is where we come from. But like, if you like, you know what I mean, you level up mentally and you really think about it. It's like, what about your dreams and aspirations? If I come at you with that traditional stuff, okay, sharp, then you must stay at home and take care of the kids, like this man will tell you to do. But where I'm at, it's like, yo, I know you have dreams and aspirations. We went to the same school in terms of you learned what I learned. You have goals like I have goals. Let's reach our goals together.
So basically, we have a question from one of our subscribers in the comments. So the question is from Kai Vilikazi. He says, "What are the simple things that make a relationship healthy and the mental readiness one needs for a serious relationship?" Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Put one there. I think also what makes a relationship healthy is the fun aspects of it. If the fun aspects of the relationship don't die, like let's say, like, you know how when you start dating someone, you guys really start going on dates, you guys really start figuring each other out, having fun and doing this and doing that. If that doesn't stop, you know, I feel like couples that really thrive in this world are the couples who do just a lot of activities in making the relationship fun. You know what, whatever it is, whether it is the movie dates we go on or going to the arcade, there's so many things that you can do in a relationship to make it fun. I feel like that's what can keep it alive, you know, and healthy. It starts to change if all you do is consistently work and then back to the hunt, back to this, and then work, and then it's only sex and this, and it's like you're not actually bringing in fun, healthy elements that actually bring different aspects to your relationship alive. Like even now, I like to game with my hunt. Like there's games that you can even play with your girl. Some people don't even game with their girls, they just leave that to the boys. And it's like you can creatively reinvent fun in your relationship if you both of you put in the work in it. I feel like that's what can keep a relationship healthy.
It's like shared experience.
Yeah, shared experiences and more memories.
Yeah.
Like just more memories, just keep going, you know?
So would that be based on creating new shared experiences, or would it have
mix
to be
of both.
feeding into what already exists?
I think a bit of both, because it's like, cool, you've done this, you've done that, and then you can do something new, and then you can come back to the old. There's so many things to experience with your partner, new restaurants, new places to go, you know, and I feel like that can like really breathe life into your relationship than to do the same thing again and again until it starts to actually feel boring, you know? The readiness is the part that's...
The readiness for me is that you have to be done with your nonsense, dog. Guys, you have to be done. My boy, listen. This one is the most important. You have to be done with your nonsense.
True.
You honestly have to be finished. Finished to the point, because you're talking about long relationship, not just anything, little fling, let's see where it goes. No. You have to get in that relationship knowing that you and the person you've chosen are ready for the long run. The long run that includes problems, the long run that includes even meeting family and involving friend groups, understanding that you're not just getting to know this person, involving them in your life, you're involving their entire world into your own, their friends, their past traumas. Be ready to deal with that, because when you are that person,
Preach, dog.
because when you are in this long relationship, my man, you can't go around the corner and then go talk to another
No.
You have to be done.
Yeah, you can't escape. There's nowhere to run. You know, it is what it is. Like, because now, if you're not finding happiness in the relationship, most men, most people try to find happiness elsewhere, and it's always the same story. Like I said, like we see these people get caught for cheating, and it's like you expect a different outcome, but you're putting yourself in the same exact situation. It's only about time where you get caught because you run away from the actual problem, which was the relationship. So,
or even yourself.
Yourself.
And you must remember that it's okay to be not ready for a long
It's
relationship.
okay.
Don't
It's
force
okay
it.
not to be okay.
Yeah, don't force it. Don't just be like, I'm someone that does long relationships. Really think about it, dog. Are you gonna be in? Are you ready for that? Because that's a lot of effort. You know how much time and life you need. That's like, dog, long
Go
distance.
off, my boy.
My boy. Everyone you meet, you can't just go talk to another hand, dog.
No.
You're in this thing. So until you're ready for that, like legit, take some time to think about it. Then that's readiness. When you're ready to go like that,
Because
my boy.
all I'm saying is, it's the people that can jump from a relationship to a relationship to the relationship that aren't putting all of themselves in those relationships. They just, for me personally, it's dating for fun. You know, I've never kind of dated for fun because I actually like to invest in my partner. But then that also taught me why I shouldn't be dating. I shouldn't date someone if it's not gonna be. Yeah, so you must know what you're dating for. Make sure that person also is dating for
From the beginning.
From the beginning, because it's either you guys are gonna waste each other's time or it's gonna go somewhere, you know. So know what you want, know what you're gonna get out of it, and just don't waste your time if you see that it's not gonna lead to anything.
Really ask yourself if you want to love. Ask yourself, no, for real, like really do. And like, even if you want to write down a list of pros and cons, bro. Because it's a real deal.
Because the cons are hectic. You can
That
die.
stuff will
I always say you
traumatize
can die from this.
You can
People
die.
commit suicide of relationships. It's
legit.
real.
So it's
real.
not a small deal.
No.
That's you're asking a big deal question, bro.
Can be life or death.
So
It's your happiness too.
yeah, be ready for it.
Cool. So the next question from one of our subscribers, Mahadi, is girlfriend allowance mandatory, or is it something that girls shouldn't be looking for in relationships since love is the main goal?
I mean, look, if you're looking for a sugar daddy, and that's your goal, then that's like, I guess it's an obvious answer, you know, if that's what you're looking for. But don't get into a relationship with a guy and then all of a sudden expect him, hey, where's my allowance? I haven't received it in a while. No guy is just getting into relationships knowing, okay, now I'm gonna start being someone's benefactor. You know what I mean? Now you're gonna be my dependent. That's not something that we think about. That's not something that's normal. And a lot of, maybe society's made it normal today, but
it depends on the guy. Because there are so many guys who live that life. That's what I'm saying. Some guys. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because you can't say it's not normal, because it is normal for some people. I think the correct term is thinking that. For me, I spoke about the dangers of expecting someone to fund your life just because you're in their life. Because what happens is, one, if you don't put in anything in that relationship and you're just there to be pretty, they're not going to respect you, right? And that's what actually happens. You either get cheated on, there'll be a bunch of girls. Basically, you don't add any value to that person's life, right? You can even think that, okay, maybe I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll look after the house. But the fact that he's paying you to be in this relationship, because an allowance for me feels like a payment.
It's a job.
It's a job now, right? So now, when it's a job, if you stress this guy with anything,
you're
right,
fired.
You pretty much. You see what I'm saying? So it sounds like that to me, because that's what I'm saying. Like, why am I paying someone who's gonna stress me? You know, I'm giving you money. Why are you stressing me? So now, on top of that, if you do stress him, he can control you now. He can be like, okay, I'm not gonna give you anything today. Now you're gonna be like, but I need you. You see, that was my main problem with girlfriend allowances, because it's like you are basically submitting to being controlled by someone. Because people like to be controlled by money. Like, it happens. Like, just don't do it. You know, that's my advice. But if you find someone who doesn't mind funding your life and treats you like a respectful woman, then you won. Like, shout out to you. You found the gold mine in men that are. I think the percentage of respectful men with money, I don't know. I don't know many. I don't know many. I've met men with money.
Any, dog.
Yeah, you see.
I don't even know why.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's already hard to find a man who can respect a woman. Now you want a man to respect a woman with money and paying for the relationship. All I'm saying is just come with your own equal value in the relationship and don't look for someone to fund your life.
50-50.
50-50, or just let him offer, I guess, to if he wants to look after you that
don't
way.
ask for it.
But don't ask for it. Don't go looking for it, because I feel like you're just digging yourself a hole at the end of the day, man.
I'll hit you with two things. The first thing, don't be a debit order. Nobody wants to date a debit order. At the end of the month, I know, I need to send Mahadi some money at the end of the day. Like, damn, she wants that 5K because she just, nah.
And that's what happens if
Unless you find that guy who is willing to give you that money. But that's where you shouldn't have a double standard. The double standard you need to be ready to serve that man.
Yeah, 100%.
Just be ready
Whatever
to serve
he
that man.
says, then goes.
Because you're looking for a job.
Exactly. And if you can't fulfill his needs,
Your requirements, according to the
Like,
contract.
that's what
Then
you
you're gonna
can't
suffer,
You can't
you
say.
know?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
how can you say no when he's fulfilling a duty for you?
Yeah.
Like, it's.
don't have double standards. If you want somebody to give you that girlfriend allowance, fine. That's perfectly fine. But just be ready.
Don't think it's for nothing.
I don't think it's for nothing. Yeah, dog. That's it.
Yeah. It's not free. It is never,
Even
never
when they
free.
say it's free, like ask yourself, is it really free?
Think about it yourself. Would you ever pay for a service that you're not getting? Would you go to a restaurant and then pay for a meal that you're not getting?
Gonna get.
Like, it's that same logic.
And just a quick story as well. I've literally been in a similar situation. Quick story. I was with this girl, right? We weren't dating. It was just completely sexual. Then we had shared sexual experiences, maybe 2 or 3 times. Then all of a sudden I get a WhatsApp message. Hey, can you please pay my rent? I'm like, whoa. Wait a minute. Can you please pay my
Pay
rent?
my rent.
Yeah.
That's rent,
Like,
dog.
whoa.
And
you hold no
not
position in
even
my
yeah,
life.
not to ask for rent money. I'm sorry, that's a lot.
So at least make it clear from the beginning. Because
Cut immediately. It was done.
Like,
that was
nah,
enough
dog.
time.
It's like you're sleeping with me to make sure you kind of. That was your
Wait.
future's line, dog. That's like, wait, your baby mama hit me up with the rent due, dog. That's deep.
so unless
It
you
was the
make
worst
it
thing.
clear
It
from
was-
the beginning, if this is what you want, you're gonna find yourself
Yeah.
putting in work for a service that you haven't even signed off on.
Hopefully that helps.
Good luck, Mahadi.
Okay, guys, that is all for this episode of The Boyfriends. I hope you guys really did enjoy this one. We will keep the questions coming and we keep answering all these questions that do keep coming. Please don't feel scared to ask us any questions in the comments below. And yeah, this was The Boyfriends. Please subscribe, like, and share this to anyone you think that they need this advice. You know how it goes. Just spread the word. Peace.